I didn't expect her to exist. Not in this sector, not in this quiet mining colony on the fringe of the Elysium Nebula. I thought the stories were exaggerations, legends whispered by spacefarers about creatures that thrived in the shadows between stars. Vampires, they called them, but nothing like the ones in human fiction. This was a species that combined beauty and danger in a way that could kill with a glance. My name is Lieutenant Aaron Vex, retired from the Galactic Enforcement Fleet. I had taken this posting hoping for peace, a place to fix ships, scan asteroids, and ignore galactic politics. Instead, I found her. Her first appearance was subtle, a shadow slipping along the walls of the dock. Then, her eyes, deep crimson, glinting like liquid rubies in the dim lights. She watched me for days without speaking. I tried to ignore her. I avoided the docking bay, the corridors, even the supply modules where I knew she patrolled. The universe had taught me caution. This creature, whatever she was, exuded an aura that made the hairs on the back of my neck stand up. Yet, the more I avoided her, the more deliberate her appearances became. Finally, one evening, as I repaired the hull of an old freighter, she appeared behind me. I froze, the wrench slipping from my hands. "You're avoiding me," she said, her voice soft yet layered with authority. It was lilting, almost musical, but every note carried an edge of danger. I jumped slightly. I'm not avoiding anyone," I muttered, though my pulse betrayed me. She tilted her head, studying me, her hair a cascade of midnight strands, moving almost as if alive. "Yes, you are," she said. "Why?" I blinked. Her question caught me off guard. I had rehearsed hundreds of excuses, but none sounded truthful under her gaze. And somehow I didn't want to lie. I don't know, I admitted finally, feeling my face warm. "I guess I'm just not used to attention from someone like you." Middle, the unlikely alliance. Her laugh was soft, almost like wind through the metal rafters of the dock. "Someone like me?" she asked, stepping closer, her presence magnetic and unnerving. "Explain." "I mean, you're not human," I said cautiously. "You're different, dangerous, and, powerful. I've seen things in the stars, but never anything like you." Her eyes glowed faintly, amused. "Powerful?" she whispered. "Is that what frightens you?" I swallowed hard. "Maybe," I admitted. "Or maybe it's that I don't know your intentions." She leaned against the hull, close enough that I could feel a strange warmth emanating from her. "And yet you linger." I shrugged, trying to seem nonchalant. "Curiosity. Curiosity is dangerous," she said, her crimson eyes narrowing. "It leads humans into mistakes." "I'm not like most humans," I said, the words leaving my lips before I could second-guess them. "I adapt. I survive." For a moment, she was silent, watching me. Then, unexpectedly, she smiled, a faint, predatory curl of her lips. "Perhaps that is why I am interested in you," she said. I blinked. "Interested?" "Yes," she replied simply. "You do not flee in terror. You do not grovel. You look at me and do not bow." I felt a strange rush of pride and fear, and something else, something I didn't want to name. The next few days were a delicate dance. She would appear where I least expected her, always watching, always testing. I would avoid her, or try to, but each time I found myself drawn to her presence. The colony's night cycles passed, punctuated by the hum of energy cores and the faint whisper of her voice calling my name in corridors. I thought I was alone. Then disaster struck. A rogue fleet of mercenaries from the Obsidian Syndicate attacked the colony, seeking to claim its rare mineral resources. The freighters were torn apart, alarms blared, and civilians ran in panic. I grabbed my pulse rifle and headed to the docking bay, prepared to fight for survival. She appeared beside me without warning, moving with a grace and speed that made me question gravity itself. "Stay behind me," she ordered, though her eyes glimmered with a challenge. "Stay behind you?" I asked, bewildered. "Yes," she said flatly. "You may be brave, but you are reckless. I will not have you dead before the battle is over." I hesitated, but when I saw the mercenaries advancing, I realized I had no choice. Side by side, we fought. Her strikes were precise and devastating, a blur of claws and fangs that left the attackers incapacitated in moments. I covered her flanks, firing shots that I prayed hit their marks. And when the smoke cleared, we were the last two standing. She turned to me, her hair tousled, her eyes glinting with some unreadable emotion. "You have courage," she said. "I had a good teacher," I replied, gesturing toward her. She laughed, low and musical. "Perhaps," she said. "Perhaps not. You are still a human." The confrontation. After the battle, the colony buzzed with questions, reports, and relief. But I couldn't stop thinking about her. And she couldn't stop thinking about me. Later, I found her alone in the energy control room, staring at the swirling plasma core. I hesitated at the doorway. "You are thinking about me," she said, not turning around. "Maybe," I admitted. "I can't help it." Her head tilted. "Why do you avoid me, then?" I realized I hadn't answered that question honestly before. "Because I don't know if I should trust you," I said. "You're unlike anyone I've ever met. You could kill me or protect me, or something in between. I don't know where I stand with you." She finally turned, her gaze piercing mine. "You are honest. That is rare." "I'm also terrified," I said quietly. "And attracted. I can't lie about that either." Her crimson eyes widened slightly, a reaction I hadn't expected. She stepped closer, and I felt the air change, the energy around her crackling with intensity. "You speak freely, human. Even when fear could serve you better," she said. "And yet I don't run," I said, raising my chin. Her expression softened, just enough for me to see vulnerability behind the predator. "You have fortitude. Perhaps that is why I sought you out." I felt my heart pound. "Sought me out?" "Yes," she whispered. "I did not want to waste time testing someone unworthy. You are different." The truth revealed. Over the next cycle, she allowed me into her world. Her history unfolded slowly. Her species had long lived in the shadows, feared by many civilizations. Her role as a warrior and protector of her people demanded obedience and ruthlessness. But she had seen something in me, something she had never witnessed in a human before: resilience, honesty, and fearlessness in the face of danger. "I have observed countless humans," she admitted one night as we watched the twin moons rise above the colony. "And most are predictable. But you," she hesitated, then continued, "you are unlike them. You challenge me without defiance, respect me without fear, and yet, you intrigue me." I swallowed, words failing me. "That's flattering," I said finally, voice low. She laughed softly, her teeth sharp but beautiful. "Flattery is not necessary. I merely state what is evident." Her hand brushed mine. The touch was electric, sending shivers through me. "Do you understand what this means?" she asked. I shook my head slightly. "I think so. You trust me." "More than trust," she corrected. "You are the first human to reach me in centuries. And now, I wish to see where this leads." Ending. Acceptance. Weeks passed. The colony rebuilt, the mercenary threat neutralized, and life returned to its odd rhythm. But nothing felt ordinary anymore. We had forged an unspoken alliance, a connection that bridged species, fear, and centuries of isolation. One evening, I walked to the docking bay where her ship rested. She stood on the ramp, her silhouette illuminated by the nebula's glow. "You came," she said simply. "I wouldn't stay away," I replied. Her crimson eyes softened. "You are bold, human." "And she paused, searching for the right word. "I am intrigued beyond what I anticipated. Will you join me?" I smiled, stepping forward. "If that's an invitation, I accept." Her smile widened, sharp and beautiful. "Then come. The galaxy is vast, and there are lessons you have yet to learn, and experiences you have yet to endure." As I boarded her ship, I realized that fear had given way to something far more potent: trust, connection, and the knowledge that sometimes avoiding someone only makes the bond stronger when it finally forms. She took my hand, her warmth radiating despite her alien nature. I looked into her crimson eyes and said softly, "I won't run anymore." "And I will not let you," she replied. As the ship lifted off into the stars, I knew one thing for certain. The alien vampire woman had asked her question, and my answer had changed everything.